Let's stay in the Big Ten, Rob. We're going your way next. The Purdue Boilermakers, the number one team in the country. Rob, what do they need to change for New Year's?
Paint crew. With the paint crew, that's in the merch store, by the way. Field68.shop. Go check it out. It's a nice look at that. Look at that. It's a nice design. Shout out to Nick who designed that for us.
That's a nice one.
Purdue's tough because I feel like at this point they've kind of maxed out what they are and what they can be, if that makes sense, right? Like so much of what they do comes via the system that they run, the offense that they run, and the shots that get created out of Zach Edey's touches and what happens when defenses have to focus on him, right? So in that sense, it's kind of I kind of feel like the New Year's resolution is to just keep sticking with it, right? I know that they've had a couple of games recently that have not necessarily been dominant, right? Whether it's the OT game at Nebraska, I think that was their Big Ten opener, right? Whether it was the game at home against Davidson on what was it, 2 weeks ago now. But I think the New Year's resolution is just keep doing what we do, right? I don't know if there's something that you need to change to make this team better than they actually are. I think that they are as good as they're going to get this season. I think that there might be a little bit more ceiling as Fletcher Loyer gets a little bit more consistent, and maybe as they start shooting. What are they shooting? 31% from three right now. I think those shots are eventually going to start going down. I think that they have too many guys that are better shooters than what they are currently putting up. So my New Year's resolution for Purdue is keep doing the shit that you're doing, right? Keep staying the course. Maybe you had a couple rough games. Maybe teams are starting to figure out, well, you know what? You still got the big fella down there. You still got Zach Edey in the post. He is such a problem to deal with. He's so, as Hunter Dickinson put it so eloquently, he's big. He's enormous. They're trying to get him off the block. He's so.
But is he good though, Rob? Is he good?
Zach Edey? Well, can you stop him? I mean, 23 and 12.
He's good. I was hoping you would say yes.
You know what? I know he's been the national player of the year, right? I know that he is averaging 22 and 12, but like it's only because he's 7'4" and he's super coordinated. He has great touch around the basket and he knows how to utilize his body and he knows how to seal people. And when you get the ball, he's now going strong to the rim, but it's only because he's big, right, Greg?
Right, man. Look, I look no further than the fact that Purdue is only shooting 31% from three this season. And they're still number one in the country, and they're still undefeated with the wins they have. Like that's on paper, that shouldn't happen. The whole premise is you got to surround Edey with shooting. Theoretically, they've done that, but they're not making shots on the season. If you tally them up, they haven't gone in. Somehow it hasn't mattered because Edey has been that good. I'm with you. I think this team's really good. I do think, look, we saw their Big Ten opener. We were at Nebraska for that game that went to overtime. And Nebraska essentially, they were throwing three bodies at Edey every single time he touched the ball. And I don't think every team's going to do that. But essentially, Hoiberg just said, I don't care if anybody else gets a wide open shot. We're going to throw three guys at you. And the day that we saw that happen, Fletcher Loyer was fantastic. Braden Smith was a disaster. So if I could get anything else from them, it would be maybe a second complimentary guy to Fletcher that emerges. And I like Braden Smith on paper. I think he could be that. But I think this season really is going to come down to the guards.
I do kind of agree. But what I'm going to say is this. Fletcher Loyer is shooting 32.5% from three. That was a guy that came in with a reputation of being a shooter from the state of Indiana, right? I think that he is better than a 32.5% three-point shooter. Caleb First shot 42% from three last year. He's shooting 31% from three this year. Ethan Morton shot 44% from three last year. He's shooting 26% from three this year. Mason Gillis shot 42% from three last year. He missed 3 games. He only played 12 minutes against Nebraska. He got back. Played 12 minutes against Davidson. He didn't play against Nebraska. He played 31 minutes against New Orleans. He's a guy that this year shooting 36% from three. Last year he shot 42. So guys that made shots at a certain clip last year aren't making them at the same rate this year. They're still getting those good looks. Zach Edey's playing the best basketball of his entire life, and they're number one in the country. They're shooting 31% from three. Like, keep doing what you're doing, Matt Painter. Like, it's going to work. Those shots are going to start going down, and if they don't, you're still awesome when you're missing. Why would you change?
Still winning.
Yeah,
still winning. It's
Rob
tough to
spoke-
improve
Hey,
on number
hey,
one.
Greg Waddell, can you do me a favor and can you get Brian Waddell on the phone and tell him we got an NIL deal waiting for him for a paint crew
Absolutely.
t-shirt?
Yeah, that's my boy. That's my little bro. We can get him. Yeah, you're spoken like a true member of the paint crew, Rob Dauster. Maybe this is the year that Matt Painter finally breaks through. Field68.shop. You can get your own paint crew shirt as well as a bunch of other good stuff.